Erev Tov, good evening. Our class today, we're going to speak about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. Tonight, that's like Ba'omer, Baruch Hashem. And I want to say thank you to Sidney and Mindy Elman for hosting the bonfire. This is our tradition in our shul, to have it in his house. We kept all the rules. We had very few people there. And we made sure to mention all the names that they were sent. And Be'ezrat Hashem, b'zchut Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ימלא כל משאלות לבכם לטובה, אמן. לזיווגים, לילדים, לבריאות, לפרנסה טובה, ושהקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא כל משאלות לבכם לטובה, אמן. Speaking about Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, I want to mention a story that I grew up on this story, and it's written in this book, Darach Kochav MiYaakov. This book is a book on my grandfather, Alav Shalom, Rav Yaakov Mizrahi, my mother's father. And the book starts with the story of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And I want to share the special night of Rabbi Shimon with our beautiful Kehillah. This story took place exactly This story took place in year Taf Resh Peh. We're up to Taf Shin Peh, so it was exactly 100 years ago, exactly. In year Taf Resh Peh, my grandmother, her name was Shoshana. She was married to Rabbi David Mizrahi, and they both lived in Rehovot. My grandmother, Teta Shoshana, כמו שאומרים, she had twin daughters. Right after they lost both babies. And she was waiting for a long period of time to get pregnant and to have a child. She was in a lot of pain. She lost two twins and twin daughters. The pain, we should never know the pain, what is to lose a child, but to lose both kids was horrible. But with her emunah and her faith, she believed in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and she was praying and praying and praying non-stop that she should be fortunate to have a child. But time passed by, v'teshu'a ayin, and no miracles. Couple of years after, she decided that she's going to go to the grave of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. And once again, I'm talking about my grandmother. she decided that she's going to go to Miron. In those days, 100 years ago, to travel to Miron, it's not like today in 3 hours you're there. You have to walk. In some places, it was very, very dangerous to go because Arabs were looking to get Jews either to kill or to take their money. It was a very dangerous way to make it. But she did not give up. She said to herself, I'm going to the grave of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai no matter what. And she made her decision. And she made her way to Miron back in those days. It took her 2 weeks to get there. It took her 2 weeks to go there. She had to walk. She had to, in some places, they were lucky to have some donkeys. In some places, you had to make it till there. They used to stop in the middle of the way to sleep, to get some, here and there, a motel or someone to host them. And they kept going for 2 weeks, every night, sleeping somewhere outside, inside, under a tent, under a tree. It was terrible. It was not easy. But she knew that if she wants to have a child, the only way is if she's going to go to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's grave. After 2 weeks, the way to Miron, she stopped by Tveria. She went to the grave of Rabbi Meir Baal HaNes and a few other tzaddikim, and then she continued to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai's grave. As she came there, tired, very tired, her body was broken, her body was terrible, but her spirit was up. Finally, Baruch Hashem, she made it to the grave of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai after 2 weeks traveling. If we travel, just imagine if you go to Israel for 10 hours, as you land, you can't see the airport, you want to just run away. You want to go to the hotel, you want to take a shower, Baruch Hashem, you want to feel better. 10 hours on a plane. You sweat a little bit here and there, we can't take it. 10 hours on a plane, and you get AC, and you get a whole to do, and you get food, and you have people to talk to, and it's nice. And yet, we cannot take it. More than 10 hours, khalas, as you get to the airport, you want to run home. Imagine 2 weeks traveling, the dust, and the pain in the legs, and the body, it was terrible. It was not easy. It was not easy. We live in a world that things are so, everything is 1, 2, 3, whatever we want on the spot. You press buttons to get everything. Download it, you have it. Back then it was very hard. And my grandmother, Alaiha Shalom, finally she came to the grave of Rabbi Shimon. As she came there, she put her hands and she was crying non-stop. She knew that the one and only one that she felt so connected that he is going to give her her wish is Rabbi Shimon. After losing and unfortunately burying 2 kids. To bury 2 kids, and she's waiting to have another child, and she's not pregnant. So by the grave of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, she made a promise. She made a promise: if I will get a child, Rabbi Shimon, I will come back with my son to your grave. Rabbi Shimon, if I get a child, b'schutcha, I made a promise that I will bring my son to this grave. I will bring him here. After hours of praying and crying, all of a sudden, she felt relief. She felt that HaKadosh Baruch Hu answered her prayers. She felt good about herself, and she decided it's time to go home. But she left like Hannah. Hannah, she prayed by Mishkan Shiloh to have a child. But after the beracha of Eli, we learned, Ufanea lo hayu od. She turned home happy, faith, and have emunah b'Kadosh Baruch Hu that be'ezrat Hashem she will get a child. She came home. Achen tikvata hitmashesha. Her hope came to an action. And sure enough, on Asara B'Tevet, Parashat Vayhi Yaakov, she was lucky and she had a baby boy, my grandfather, Alav Shalom, Rabbi Yaakov. They named him Yaakov on the parasha, and we cannot even imagine the simcha that she had. And she remembered the fact that she lost 2 kids, and now she's having a baby on her hand. She couldn't stop watching him 24 hours. She was a mother that she went through a lot in her life. But she remembered that she made a promise to Rabbi Shimon that I will go to your grave once I have a child. But how can you take a baby? It's impossible. It's dangerous for her and for the baby. So she waited 2 years till he could walk a little bit. 2 years after, she was ready. She felt that my grandfather, Alav Shalom, he's ready to go on such a journey. She felt that he is ready to go on such a journey, even though it's not easy, but they're going to make it. She packed her stuff and she started her travel. Left the house with the little kid. But this time, it was not 2 weeks. It was less than 2 weeks. Most of the way, she was holding the kid. And this time, they had a group of people to go. It was not easy. But she couldn't wait to get to Rabbi Shimon's grave to fulfill her promise that she came back to his grave. A week after, when the sun is hot and dust going up and down, going all the way up to the north. We know today in a car, it's not easy in a car. Then, Baruch Hashem, after 1 week, she got to Miron and she came with her son. Aval oy. As she came to the grave, she looked at her son, and Hashem Yishmor, his face got blown up, his eyes, he couldn't see anymore. From the sun, from the dust, he got it's a sickness, it's called back then, Mahalat Einayim. A sickness that Hashem Yishmor, the kid lost his vision. He couldn't see anymore. You can imagine, after traveling, and she got to the grave of Rabbi Shimon, she saw her son, Hashem Yishmor, like dead, kmo met. she ran to Rabbi Shimon's grave. She took my grandfather, she took her little baby, she put him on the grave, and she started to cry, and she told him, Rabbi Shimon, I came here to say thank you. I came here to fulfill my promise. How come I came with my son? And look what happened to him. There is no way I'm living here and my son is sick. Rabbi Shimon, ech yitachen? And she was crying and crying and crying. But nothing. The kid is the same. After a whole day, and the kid is the same. 2 days, she's by the grave. The kid is on the grave. Rabbi Shimon, I'm not going home with a sick son. There is no way. The Rosh Hashayara, the one who arranged this whole trip, after 2 days, he says, guys, we're going home. Okay? Time is up. We gotta go home. The mother said to him, I'm not going home with a sick son. אני לא הולכת. I'm staying here with my son until he gets healthy. רבותיי, I want to read 2 lines from the book. היא הניחה שוב את בנה הקטן על ציונו של הצדיק. She put her son on the grave of the tzaddik. וגעתה בבכייה נוראה. She cried terrible. ראש השיירה הערבי, the Arab, the driver, the Arab, שראה בגודל כאבה. He saw her big pain. נחמרו רחמיה עליה. He felt bad. He had pity. And he announced to the people, לא יוצאים לדרך. We're not going home. We're not going to go back. And he told everybody, כל השיירה תמתין עוד יום. We're going to wait another day. He saw the mother with the baby, the way she cried. He had no guts to get up and leave. He knew that if he's going to leave, she's going to stay there behind. How in the world she's going to come home? Yaakov Hakat, the little kid Yaakov, היה שרוע חלוש על אבן הציון. He was sitting like this, sick on the stone of the grave. ועוד מעט, and very soon, ייתם היום השלישי, the 3rd day, already in Miron, and it's already too much. People want to go home. But the driver, the Arab, said, we're not going to go. We have 1 more day. But that day, the 3rd day, time is up. והנה in all of a sudden, לתדהמת הכל, החל היד לפקוח את עיניו. All of a sudden, this little kid, Yaakov, 2 years old, opens his eyes. עיניים בריאות לחלוטין. His eyes healthy, complete. קם ממקומו. He got up ופנה לעבר אמו. And he came to his mother. האם המאושרת לא ידעה את נפשה מרוב אושר. This happy mother, she couldn't even stop with tears to lehodot, to bless, and to appreciate, ולברך את רבי שמעון בר יוחאי על ישועת הילד. And that day, they went home with the whole group. My grandfather, alav shalom, he was fortunate to have 16 kids. And my grandmother, alaiha shalom, she was fortunate to see 5 generations. Last year in the summer, we had a gathering for my grandfather, alav shalom's yahrzeit. His 40th year was up last year. With only the children, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, very small. We were more than 700 people there. And we couldn't even get, not even close to half. And that's because my grandfather, alav shalom, he raised a beautiful family. He was a member in the Israeli Knesset. And he gave up his life for Am Yisrael. And a person that gives his life for Am Yisrael, HaKadosh Baruch Hu pays him back double and triple. He was fortunate to have all his children, whether it's his daughters or his sons, Talmidei Chachamim, Shohatim, Mohalim, Sofrim, Rashi Yeshivot, Rashi Kolelim. I have cousins around the world that are rabbis in communities, even in Thailand, in Bangkok. People that it all goes to my grandfather's credit. And that's because he gave his life for Am Yisrael. In our days, when the people look for big rabbis, they don't mean big rabbis, those who know Torah much. Today, people look for rabbis who do miracles. Miracles. If you have a rabbi that could do miracle, everybody is going to go to him. Who's not going to go to him? We all want people that could do miracles. I don't know how many rabbis in our generation can do miracles. But I know that Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he did miracles. Today's topic, it's going to be a little heavy. And what I mean to say heavy, it means it's not things that we talk on a regular class. And it's not a regular Monday class that we talk about how we could take the class and start right away to see results. Today's class is something that if I could reach a good drop, I'll be very happy. I want to start with the Gemara במסכת סוכה. The Gemara במסכת סוכה בדף מ"ה אומרת, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai said, יכול אני לפתור את כל העולם כולו מן הדין. I could stand up in בית דין שלמעלה, in the court of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and I could dismiss everybody. מיום שנבראתי עד עתה. From the day I was born till now, my generation, I could get everybody and dismiss all of them miyom hadin. But hold on. Be'ilmale Eliezer b'nei emi. And if my son Eliezer is with me, miyom shenivra ha'olam ve'ad achshav. I could be there with my son in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu from the day HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world until now. and I can dismiss everybody. But wait. Ve'ilmale Yotam ben Uziyahu. If with us is going to be Yotam ben Uziyahu, a king at the time of birth of the first temple, the first Bet HaMikdash, if he is with us, miyom shenivra ha'olam ve'ad sofo. Rabbi Shimon stands and he says, I can dismiss everybody miyom adin. My friends, that's why on this day like Ba'omer, to pray to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and to light a candle Lichvod Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and Litpalel, we have to know that his power in heaven אי אפשר להבין. הוא יכול לפתור את כל העולם, his generation, with his son Rabbi Eliezer, מיום שני, from the day the world was created, and among with them, if you have also Yotam ben Uziyahu, the entire world. מי יכול לומר כזה דבר? You have a ticket on a spinning, you don't have what to do, you go to a lawyer, you're afraid. Imagine you have a heavy case. Imagine you standing in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. מי יכול להיות פטור בכלל? But if you come into the room with Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he says, I can dismiss everybody. המשיך רבי שמעון ואמר, ראיתי בני עלייה. I saw people, בני עלייה. And Rashi explains, מה זה בני עלייה? כת המקבלין פני שכינה. People who are worthy to see the Shekhinah. To reach that level, you gotta be lucky to be there. And he says, I saw people that are lucky to be in a level, to have, to be part of a group, Pnei Shekhinah, not much. But let me tell you this. Im yesh elef, if there is 1,000 people, and he talks about his generation, that they're lucky to be part of that group, ani ubni mehem. Me and my son Rabbi Eliezer are part of these 1,000 people. V'im mea, and if in my generation there is only 100 people, so you should know, ani ubni mehem. Me and my son Rabbi Eliezer are part of this 100. V'im shnayim, if there is only 2, ani ubni, hen. It's me and my son. Meaning Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he knew his level. And Hazal ask, our rabbis ask, what does it mean, this line that he said, Ra'iti b'nei aliyah ve'em mu'atim, and I'm part of it. And if there's 100, me and my son are there. And if there's only 2, it's me and my son. I thought tzaddikim are very humble, no, isn't it? Avraham Avinu said, V'anochi afar va'efer, I'm like a dust. Moshe Rabbeinu amar, V'ani ma, who am I? I'm nothing. David HaMelech said, V'anochi tola'at, I'm like a worm, I'm nothing. How in the world Rabbi Shimon says, if there is people, b'nei aliyah, people are worthy to see Shekhinah, me and my son are those. These 2 people, it's me and my son. I thought he was very humble. What does it mean? That's question number 1. Question number 2. How come he didn't continue? He said, if there is 1,000, ani ubni mehem. If there is 100, it's me and my son are one of the 100. And if there is 2, me and my son. Continue. And if there's only 1, say it's me. How come he stopped there? And I want to give you, my friends, a message that I heard once, and it's a very powerful message. And I want to answer first the first question, and then I go to the second. The meaning that Rabbi Shimon says, Ra'iti b'nei aliyah ve'em mu'atim, meaning, if you see the world are shifting to one path, and very little people, they stick with the truth and with the emunah. Omer Rabbi Shimon, me, I don't care about what most people in the world think. I'll go with the emet, with the truth. If there is only 100 people doing the right things, and the whole world, they're doing the wrong things, I will follow the emet, and the truth, and the emunah, even though people might say, well, this is business. No, I will follow Torah. If people say, Rabbi, listen, you can't. You got to make living. That's the way to do it. Wait, so you mean that's the way, so you do against the halakha? Rabbi, what can you do? You know, we live in America. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Ani ubni mehem. I will stick with the emunah. And if there is nobody, no one keeps anything, Omer Rabbi Shimon, I am not a follower. I go with the truth. And I want to say something. In our days, people, they don't go with the truth. People follow people that they succeed. They never check whether was he true, whether he got the money with honesty, was he emet. People today, the society today, they don't follow emet. They're not looking for truth. They see somebody that has followers, we're all going to follow him. Do you know who's the guy? This guy's a criminal. We don't care. We don't check his background. We don't check anything. We see money. We see people that has a lot of people, around him. Yalla, we're all going to follow him. Miu bichlal. Did you ever check? No. We're very comfortable with this. We don't check. He has people around him. Rabbi Shimon Omer, I am not a follower. I will go with the truth even though no one is with me. And I'm alone. Rabbi Shimon says, if in my shul I have only 2 people, I would stick in that shul. It doesn't matter what happens over there. He wants a place shel emet. He was looking for the truth, and that's why he says, V'im ra'iti b'nei aliyah. V'im em shtayim, there is only 2. It's going to be only 2. Because I will follow the emet. V'ani lo olech acharei matzlechim. There is a line in Hebrew. Anashim lo olchim acharei ha'emet, olchim acharei matzlechim. With this, I think we can also understand why did he said, Ra'iti b'nei aliyah, v'im em shtayim, ani ubni mehem. We ask, how come we did not continue? V'im em b'had zani. Do you know why? You cannot be ben aliyah if you did not give over your legacy to the next generation. You cannot be a successful parent if you did not give over your legacy to the next generation. And I want to be very clear. Very clear. And I really hope that people are really taking the words into their hearts. You have people that the father could learn Torah the whole day. Where is your son? I don't know, he present in that shul. Why a kid is not praying next to his father? I'm not talking about the kids minyan, which I do have what to say about the kids minyan. But where is it that the father gives over his legacy to his son? Why you have people, the father is praying in that shul, the son in the other shul, and the grandson in a different location at all with his friends. Where is giving over the Masoret? Where is Moshe Kibel Torah Misinai Umesara? Where is the parents that give over to their children the legacy? We live today in a place that there is a lack. The chain between a grandfather and a father and a son is disconnected. Each one prays in a different location. That's absolutely wrong. Imagine you do Leila Seder, the father in his house, the father in his house, and the son upstairs with his two friends. Is that Leila Seder? You understand Leila Seder means a night where you see 3 generations, if not 4, sitting together. That's a Laila that you give over to the next generation, a legacy. And unfortunately today, we don't have it. It's friends who lead the children. It's the cool place that we're going to go after. It's not about the truth. It's not about what's right or what's wrong. We don't ask what's right or what's wrong. Whatever it's nice and it's cool to hang, I'll go there. Mr. Father, where is your son? Why kids they don't sit next to their parents in tefillah? The father goes to the 9:30 minyan, the kid goes to the 8 o'clock minyan, he goes to that class, he goes to the different place. Where is it? Haverim יקרים, my dear friends, Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai אמר, ראיתי בני עלייה והם מועטין, ואם הם שניים, if there is 2 people in the world, in the entire world, if there is 2 people, me and my son. How come Rabbi Shimon said me and my son? Because Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai, he made sure to give over his Torah to his son. When Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai ran away and he stayed in the cave for 13 years, with who did he stay? With his son. Did the son said, Daddy, with my friends. I want to hang out with my friends. Did he say that? No. Why? Because the way Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai Hinech, his son, you have to know there is a letter. What comes first? What comes second? What comes third? We live today that friends comes first. Parents, they're lucky to be the second or third or fourth. Where's the parents? We are losing this chain. We have to know. If Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai says to us, Ani ubni, he made sure to give over his legacy, his Torah, to the next generation. And I have nothing against kids have friends. It's good. Part of Torah, you have to have friends. But you have to know where the friends kick in. But most, if not all of the time, parents are the ones who are leading the kids. Not the kids are leading the parents. Daddy, let's go there. My friends go there. Mom, I want to go to the center. Oh, hello. Stay here with me. Ask girls at the age 14, 15, 18. Do they know anything about kitchen? Anything about afrashat halal? Anything about basar behalav? Do they know? Where is the mother? Why girls at their age, they don't know the laws, the minimum laws that a normal mother should know? Why? They're busy shopping in the city. Don't get me wrong, I have nothing against shopping. But I do have something to say. Where is the mother that the daughter could say, I grew up, B'Shabbat, that's how my mother used to do the pots. Where is that mother, or where is that daughter that she could say, my mother in that house, that's how we used to do Rosh Hashanah. That's how we used to do the Simanim. That's how we did Leil HaSeder. Why don't we have this? We have girls getting married and starting to ask questions. I don't know this, I don't know that. Where's the mother? For 18, 20, 25 years, you raise a daughter and she doesn't know the halachot. It's a shame on the mother. We have to understand that in Judaism, a foundation of the Torah is Moshe kibel Torah miSinai u'mesara. We have legacy to give over to the next generation. We're so busy about the world and shopping and money, and we have a lack when it comes to the spiritual things. And I think it's time to really focus. This is one message that we have to take tonight to make sure to give over to the next generation what we know. I have a brother in Mexico, my older brother, Rabbi Eliyahu Sheyeh Bari. He spoke to me about a month ago, and he was telling me that my father went to Mexico to visit him. He has a son, Sheyeh Bari, his name is Yosef, 10 years old. You know, he's in Mexico, so he knows Spanish, he speaks Hebrew. And my father asked my brother, does Yosef knows how to read in Yemenite? And he tells him, well, he knows, but yeah, he's okay. And my brother told me, my father asked him the following question: how come your son doesn't know our tradition? He said to me, the way my father told him, with such a ke'ev, with such a pain, how your son is not going to know our tradition. He said that Shabbat, I started to learn with my son Shenai Mikra v'Hatargum, every Shabbat 3 Pesukim. And if I couldn't do that, if I was very busy, because he's very, very, very busy, so the Shabbatot after he would try to catch up, and if he missed 2 or 3 weeks, the following week he will do with him 12 Pesukim. 1, because my father asked, and 2, Mishum Kibud Avaim. Today, his son Beli Ayin Hara ben Porat Yosef, and I gotta say, because of the coronavirus, he's with him the whole day, so he's teaching him everything. But my brother tells me, the way my father said to him, he said, I couldn't say anything, I was lo yadati ma la'asot. And my brother Beli Ayin Hara, Gaon, Talmid Chacham, Tzaddik, Yerei Shamayim. But the way my father told it to him, how come your son doesn't know our tradition, the way I raised you? Meaning, my father made sure to raise a family that each and every one has to know, beside, I want to be very clear, beside our tradition, we should know the Sfaradim, the Sfaradim and the Ashkenazim also. He sent us to both. He said, part of being in the Sanhedrin, you have to know 70 languages. Part of knowing, you have to know all Klal Am Yisrael, you have to know. So he made sure on Shabbat, we had the Yemenite songs, and the Sfaradim, and the Ashkenazim, and the Hasidim, and even the table was a mix of all kinds, from a fish, and gefilte fish, and Yemenite, and Hina, and hummus, and you name it. But the tradition, the Masoret, it was the base, and each and every one. And he made sure that not only each one knows it, but we should keep this tradition to the next generation. And this is obligation on us. Don't rely on schools. I want to be very clear. Do not rely only on schools. Schools give tools. Schools help. But if parents, they don't sit, it's not going to do much. It's not going to do much. This is one message for tonight. I want to go another message. And this is the heavy part. It's a very heavy. I don't know if we are up to that level, but let's talk about it. I think talking about it today, it fits because it's Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. People looking for miracles. It's the easy way. If you're going to find any rabbi that could do something for you, you'll go to him, תכתוב לי משהו, and it's much easy. חברים יקרים, צריך לדעת, when Hashem bring miracles, when? Okay, I want to have miracles. When? What's the ingredients? Give me the ingredients for miracles to happen. So if you want the miracle, if you want to have the ingredients, I'm giving you tonight ingredients how you can bring miracles. If it's going to happen, you'll be very happy. And if it's not going to happen, don't blame me for that. For that, I want to go a minute to Agadah Shel Pesach, and I want to say that I heard this from Arav Yaakov Ades. I heard it from him, and I want to share it with you guys. It says in the Agadah Shel Pesach, ויוצאנו השם ממצרים ביד חזקה ובזרוע נטויה ובמורא גדול ובאותות ובמופתים. Meaning הקדוש ברוך הוא took עם ישראל out of מצרים ביד חזקה ובזרוע נטויה ובמורא גדול. In Agadah Shel Pesach, if you open up the Agadah, it says in the Agadah, what does it mean? ובמורא גדול? It says, Zu Gilui Shechina. You want to know how you bring miracles? This is the key. This is the PIN number. This is the password. Ubemorah Gadol Zu Gilui Shechina. For miracles to happen, you have to reveal. The Shekhinah gets revealed. And that's how you see HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Haverim יקרים, how can you have miracles? The answer is it says in Parashat Emor, ונקדשתי בתוך בני ישראל. There is a mitzvah for every Jew to bring kvod shamayim, to bring kiddush Hashem, to bring out Hashem in the world. Hazal tell us, מה זה ונקדשתי בתוך בני ישראל? If a person could bring out the glory of HaKadosh Baruch Hu ba'olam, that's the way that a person will be lucky to have miracles. I want to be clear once again. Im katuv b'morah gadol ze gilui shechina. Do you know how can you bring shechina? Do you know how can you bring the nisim? By you doing Kiddush Hashem, when you marbe kvod Shem Shamayim, that's how you can bring miracles. Why is it? Why? I mean, what's the connection? What's the connection? I רוצה להסביר את זה. It works very simple. כשאני מרבה כבוד שמיים, and we'll talk how can you מרבה כבוד שמיים. כשאני מרבה כבוד שמיים, Hashem gives me koach to add more to ribuy of Hashem in the world. Once again, HaKadosh Baruch Hu he is here everywhere, but we don't see. But if I can bring out and show the way I serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, if I can bring out kvod shamayim, אני מקבל כוח להרבות עוד יותר. And to add more. The more you add, the more you get. So what is a miracle? Miracle means Hashem revealed himself. Something above the nature. Do you know when Hashem does it? When you act in a way שאתה מרבה ואתה אומר, תראה איזה קידוש השם. Look how this guy acts. תראה איזה משהו. If that's how you act, ואתה מרבה כבוד שמיים 5%, Hashem gives you 10%. And that 10 will lead to 20, 30, 40, till you reach to a place where you can bring miracles. איך זה עובד, רבותיי? תשמעו איך זה עובד. The Gemara says in מסכת בבא מציעא, ככה, אומרת הגמרא, כל המלמד בין עם הארץ תורה, אפילו הקדוש ברוך הוא גוזר גזרה, מבטלה בשבילו. משהו לא נורמלי. Whoever takes בין of עם הארץ, someone that doesn't know how to read, לא יודע, הוא עם הארץ. He takes him, he teaches him Torah, he teaches him Chumash, Halacha, Gemara, and because of him, he becomes Talmid Hacham. Meaning, if you take somebody and you make him Baal Teshuvah, you bring him back to Torah, you turn him to, you turn him to become a Ben Torah, אומרת הגמרא, אם תוציא יקר מזולל, כפי תהיה. If you're going to bring Talmid Hacham from Am Haaretz, whatever you're going to say, כפי תהיה, הקדוש ברוך הוא גוזר גזרה, ואתה מבטל אותה. Once again, ואם תוציא יקר מזולל, if you'll take something יקר, precious, mizolel, something very cheap, meaning you took a son of Am Haaretz and you turned him to become a real Ben Torah, Omer HaPasuk, Kefi Tiyeh. I'm gonna say something, Omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and you'll have the power to cancel whatever I said. So if Has V'Shalom Bar Minan, there is someone who is sick, you go to this Hacham, you go to this rabbi, that he was able to bring somebody to become a Ben Torah, you go to him and you tell him, please, Hacham, my son is sick. This person, you don't have to be even a rabbi, but this person that you took him and he turned people to become Baal Teshuvah, מה קורה? אם Hashem amar, he should be sick, with your words, you're gonna mevatel, you're gonna dismiss, you're gonna avoid. V'yeh bari. Why? How come? Ma pshat. So I heard this pshat from him. And he says the following. When you take a person, which is a Am Haaretz, he doesn't know anything, and you brought him to a shul, and now he's learning, and now he's keeping Shabbat, and now Baruch Hashem is sitting with the tzitzit, and he's praying, and Baruch Hashem, look, his family are turning and becoming, closer to the Torah. This called Hirbeta Kvod Shamayim. You brought Kvod Shamayim Ba'olam. When you bring kevod shamayim to the world, what happens then? When you bring kevod shamayim ba'olam tid'a lecha, HaKadosh Baruch Hu noten lecha koach. He gives you strength to bring up more kevod shamayim ba'olam. Meaning, you become a vessel. And that vessel, if it was only a half a cup, it becomes a cup. 1 cup, 2 cups. A jar becomes a whole barrel. Why is it? כתוב ונקדשתי בתוך בני ישראל. I want to say one piece, and I want to be very clear. This topic is very, very deep. We don't have much time. I want to say one piece to connect to what we just said. What does it mean ונקדשתי בתוך בני ישראל? The Torah says, by Moshe Rabbeinu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe, Am Yisrael were in the desert for 40 years. Miriam HaNevi'ah passed away. And when she passed away, there was no more water. The rock stopped giving water. Hashem says to Moshe, Moshe, I want you to go speak to the rock, and what's going to happen? And water is going to come out. V'ma kara? The Torah says, Moshe Rabbeinu, for whatever reason, what happened there, he took the stick and he hit the rock. And when Moshe Rabbeinu hit the rock, water came out. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu told Moshe Rabbeinu, in Parashat Ha'azinu, he tells him, Ale el hara avarim. I want you to go up to Har Nevo, to the mountain Nevo. Umud Bahar. And you're going to die on this mountain. You're not going to enter Eretz Israel. And Moshe Rabbeinu prayed to Hashem 515 prayers. Please Hashem, I want to go to Eretz Israel. And Hashem said, no, you're not going in. Why? It says, Al asher ma'altem bi. Al asher lo kiddashtem oti betoch bnei Israel. Wow. What happened here? חברים יקרים, תקשיבו דבר אדיר, דבר עצום. Moshe Rabbeinu was begging Hashem, please, let me go Eretz Israel. Hashem said, no, you're not going. 550 prayers, no, you're not going. Do you know if Moshe Rabbeinu היה נכנס לארץ ישראל, he would bring the גאולה. He would bring the victory. לא היה מלחמה בארץ ישראל ever. לא היה מלחמה בכלל בארץ ישראל. And Hashem was not willing to give up. Why? My friends, listen to this. There is, the neshama has 5 parts. Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Haya, B'Yehida. 5 parts. When we do actions, ma'asim, it goes and has influence on the nefesh. Mitzvot that we do in actions, any mitzvot, whether it's lulav, adlakat nerot Shabbat, tefillin, talit, blowing shofar, whatever you do with actions, it hits the level of nefesh. Then there is something higher level. If you want to reach to the ruach, to the second level, action is not enough. You need something much more spiritual. That's your mouth. Dibul. Dibul hits, boom, direct to the ruach. Hazal said, Hashem said to Moshe, Moshe, I want you to speak to the rock. Do you know what it means to speak to the rock? By Moshe Rabbeinu speaking to the rock, his dibur is going to have such an influence, and it's going to hit Am Yisrael. Do you know where? Inside their ruach, inside their hearts. And it's going to bring such a kiddush Hashem that Kiddush Hashem is going to bring miracles. Once again, that Kiddush Hashem is going to bring miracles. But what happened? Instead, Moshe Rabbeinu lo diber, he did not speak. He hit the rock. When he hit the rock, ma kara? He touched the lowest level, the lower level, the nefesh. The nefesh, do you know what happened now? Now Am Yisrael, they can no longer enter Eretz Yisrael. For Am Yisrael to enter Eretz Yisrael with Moshe, to bring down all the miracles, they don't have the vessel. Do you know why they don't have the vessel? Because Moshe Rabbeinu has a lack of Kiddush Hashem. Which was, each level you hit, you bring more miracles. You hit the nefesh, that's nefesh. A higher level, a deeper level, that's ruach. You become a bigger vessel, you get more miracles. You can reach to the neshama, forget it. Haya yehidat hayat hametim already. Omer HaKadosh Baruch Hu leMoshe, Ya'an asher lo kiddashtem oti betoch bnei Israel, inside their hearts. Meaning, when a person does actions, you can do hitzoni and it has no effect. VaKadosh Baruch Hu rotze et halev. When you bring your inside, when you bring your heart, that's why you can do miracles. When you bring the inside, Haverim Ikarim, there is two ways how you bring flowers to your wife. You could go to the store and shop and make sure it's nice. That's the color she likes. That's the design she likes. And you come home and you come to your wife on a Friday, here's the flowers, honey. Wow, she's so happy. She's so happy. All of a sudden, the house becomes, what happened? You give her flowers. But what if you ordered online or on the phone, do me a favor, 1962 is 7, send the flowers, make sure it gets before I come home, Okay, someone rings the bell, she opens, she sees a Spanish guy drops off her flowers, I don't know. She opens, thank you, Shabbat Shalom from your husband. Let me ask you, is that the same? Is that the same? Not at all. Why? One brings the flowers, Mikol Alev, Avad, he went to the store, he went to shop, he gives her his heart. To order on the phone, to drop and go home, Mazeh, Haser Polev. Haverim Ekarim, when we learn Gemara every morning, Yesh Lev, V'yesh Lomdim Gemara. There is one way how to learn. You come, you listen, it's very nice, Baruch Hashem, Parnasah. That's not the way to learn. Hashem wants, Efa Alev, where's your heart? Efa Alev Shelanu. When you bring out your heart by doing Torah or mitzvot, it doesn't matter what level you are, Botai. It doesn't matter what level you are. It does not matter. You can be very simple. But on your level, whatever you do, it should be Mikol Alev. You can make Birkat Asher Yatzar. Simple Asher Yatzar. But with kavanah. Simple things. I'm not talking about, be up the whole night. I'm talking about simple things. Whatever you do it from your heart. That's what Hashem wants. Rahmana li baba'e. You can pray home, even with no minyan. Because we're in a time that there is no minyan. There is two ways how you pray. You can pray and put your kavanah in it. And you pray with a siddur. And it's not the time to talk to the wife and to the kids and come up and down and you pick them up. That's not the time. You're praying. Even though you're home and you don't have minyan, but you're praying shaharit. Your tefillah should be meaningful. It should be malev. When you do Birkat HaMazon, you don't have to be mekubal. But the minimum that you do, Rahmana li babai, Hashem wants your heart. I think this is why Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he was fortunate to reach to the highest level. If may I say, and I say, if may I say this pshat, Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai became big. Do you know where? Where Rabbi Shimon became that big? Do you know where? Inside the cave, in the hall. There is no show off. There is nobody to impress. There is no someone in the shoulder. Wow, tzaddik. There is nobody there. It was him and his son alone. Not enough in a cave, in a pit, up to his neck. Meaning, Avodat Hashem has to go deep, 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 that you can be by yourself alone. And it feels like you're in a shul in Bet HaMikdash. Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, he became great and top rabbi. Look, thousands and millions of Jews around the world, they celebrate Rabbi Shimon. Why? Ma asa? Hu lamad Torah in the basement alone. My friends, we are in a time, we're not in a shul, and there is nobody to impress, but you can be in your house alone, with your Chumash, with your Halacha, with your Gemara, and no one is there to impress. It's you with yourself. You can be a wife, doing it like Kat Nerot when your kids are not there because it's only you and your husband, and you pray there, Bekol Alev. But it's only you. You're alone. At Levad. But that's the place where you can bring your inside out. This is the message that we can take tonight. If I could summarize the class today, I think we have two messages. Message number one. Ani ubni mehem. We got to make sure to give over to the next generation, to our children. And this is by keeping them next to us, where you pray, where you go and shop, where you buy your lulav and the etrog, when you buy Hanukkah, when you buy matzot, when you buy bishlohei manot, whatever you do, give over your children a message. What is religion means to you? What is Shabbat means to you? What is shopping Lichvot Shabbat means to you? That message that we can give over to our children. This is a pillar of our religion, our Yahadut. And the second message tonight, I think, is be an honest person. Go with the emet. Tilech im ha'emet, lo im ha'matzlechim. Don't look to see people who succeeded in life and follow them, because you have no idea how in the world they made their money. But go with the emet. Be a true person. Bring out your inside. Bring out your pnimiyut. V'nikdashti betoch bnei Yisrael. You can be home alone and you can do Kiddush Hashem. Do you know to who? To yourself. How? V'nikdashti betoch, when you bring the inside out. And sure enough, and believe it or not, people that they have their actions mitoch halev ba'omek, they have influence on themselves, families, people around, and around the world, because our actions yesh lehem hashpa'a bechol ha'olamot. B'zchut Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai, we pray שהקדוש ברוך הוא בעזרת השם בזכותו יזכה אותנו, שהקדוש ברוך הוא ייתן לנו בריאות והצלחה בעזרת השם, ופרנסה בשפע, וזיווגים הגונים, וצ'ולדרן בריאים בעזרת השם, ושהקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא כל משאלות לבכם וליבנו לטובה ולברכה. אמן.